Immanuel Quickley is a lightning quick point guard who, once he gets hot from deep, he becomes a tough player to slow down. With a bigger role as a starter on the Raptors and a big contract of 5 years, $175 million, Quickley looks to be one of the Raptors' cornerstone pieces for their rebuilding roster. Quickley's game starts with being a big-time threat as a shooter. On pull-ups or off the catch, he showcases some big-time shot making from deep as he shoots 39% from deep while launching around 7 threes a game. Within these threes on catch and shoot threes, he shoots 41%, showing that he can be a threat to come off of screens, handoffs, spot ups, really good shooting off of movement and staying on balanced, and on his threes, he rises up quickly, no pun intended, into his shots. He shoots pull-up threes at 37%, showing that in off the dribble situations, he can still be a threat from deep. This skill pops a lot when he is coming off of ball screens where he can get his shot off going either direction and the defense doesn't step up in time to close out. He also gets his off the dribble threes in transition situations where he is pushing the pace, the lane is clogged, and he notices he has space and he will let these shots fly. Quickley has always operated with high confidence, even when he was on the Knicks, and at times was seen as that microwave scorer to come off the bench and give the Knicks a push. That high confidence is ultimately what makes Quickley such a good player. He doesn't play out of control, but he evaluates the space he is given and will make a decision based on that. He isn't afraid to let his shot fly and possesses a key skill in off the dribble 3-point shooting that is going to make him a tough cover. The 3-point shooting makes him an ideal guy to play off of someone who generates a ton of rim pressure. Someone like Scottie Barnes, which these two, as they get more reps together and more chemistry, they should be a lethal duo. Quickley is smart in his decision making, and if he reads a hard closeout, he is quick enough to attack that, either by using a quick sidestep or just blowing by to his defender, getting in the lane and getting off his signature floater, attacking the rim, or drawing in the defense and making a play for his teammate. His floater is his signature mid-range shot, and it has been key for him when operating there. He can get it off on 2 feet or 1, and a lot of his floaters can throw the defense off, as Quickley is good at getting these off early and quick against the trees. His floater looks to be his biggest mid-range asset, but his mid-range jumper can be much more efficient. He does a good job in getting to spots on the court, evaluating space within the mid-range to attack, but he hasn't been able to knock these jumpers down at a high level. Shot 39% on the season in mid-range shots. His playmaking has really popped with the Raptors in the 38 games he has played with them, looking like he can be more of a lead guard for them rather than that secondary playmaker. Averaged 6.8 assists and averaged under 2 turnovers in his stint last season with the Raptors. As mentioned before, he is smart in his decision making as well as playing with pace, and his ability to do that has helped make him an ideal pick and roll point man, where his shooting extends the defense higher on screens, which opens up passes to the roll man that he hits with pinpoint passes. He makes a lot of simple reads, but there's times where he can make some good live dribble skip passes that are advanced. One of the biggest concerns with Quickley's game is his downhill drives. He doesn't put much pressure on the rim and never has been that guy in his career so far to do that at a high level. Quickley lacks the frame and physicality to take and dish out contact on drives. He isn't extremely explosive on his drives, and he isn't a shifty creator that will consistently lull defenders to sleep in one-on-one scenarios and blow by them. What concerns me is that he doesn't blow by many guys within straight line drives, which worries me with his ability to be a solid driver in the future. His lack of rim pressure reflects in his stats, as per cleaning the glass, he operates at an 18% frequency shooting at the rim. Physical defenders can get to him and move him on drives, and it's clear that Quickley can bulk up a bit to stay balanced and in control. Quickley also has a tendency to pick his dribble up early on drives when finishing. He can take off a bit too early when he needs to get deeper into the paint, and this becomes a problem with how he finishes. The best finishers have an array of moves to beat you when they get inside. Spins, veers, euros, fakes. Quickley isn't too crafty when he gets inside and doesn't possess many moves to throw off defenders when he gets there. Quickley does remind me of Tyrese Maxey. There's similarities from the three-point shooting and closeout attacks. It is plausible that we can see a version of Quickley that becomes an all-star. But what separates the two is that Maxey just does a better job breaking the defense down one-on-one consistently and getting deep into the paint and attacking open space. You see a lot of Maxey where he is just much more shifty. He can get low on his drives, and his drives are hard to the basket. Some hard pounds, and I want to see that type of aggressiveness with Quickley when driving. Now, Immanuel Quickley is a smart defender and gives a ton of effort within a team defense to where he knows where to position himself, when he can help, when to jump out and deter shots inside or passes. He sacrifices his body and can fly around the court. Just a high-level off-ball player. He has a smaller frame, so on ball there is a limit, but he does show activity. He doesn't possess the quickest feet to keep up with quicker and craftier players, and he is vulnerable to being moved by bigger guards. But he does do a good job of closing that airspace with the offensive player and playing a bit physical, and he uses his length to make it tough to score on him. Immanuel Quickley looks to be a positive player for the Raptors and should be a key guy going into their future.